This is a PSA for the 5 most important U.S. Dates in history. So number 5 on my list would have to be Charles Lindbergh, what he first did was he made an airplane and then he flew it over the Atlantic, and he was the first person to fly over the Atlantic, and that was really impressive. But compared to these other things on these lists, it just doesn't hold as much relevance to U.S. history. Number 4 would be Sputnik. So Sputnik was the first ever satellite to be sent into the atmosphere, and it also did compete with the U.S. and made the U.S. do like crazier things and like more money into NASA and stuff like that for like the moon and Apollo 11. But it wasn't as big as Apollo 11, so that's why it cannot be like higher than it. That's why it's only number 4. Number 3 would be the 19th Amendment. Women's rights got lots of freedom and voting rights during the 19th Amendment, and it was a lot of like equality for them. So that's why it's really up there. Number 2 would be the Apollo 11 mission, because it was the first ever time in human history that men or like humankind has traveled to a whole different planet, and it completely worked well and everything went fine, and it was just such a big moment in U.S. history that, because Americans have done it and they went crazy with it. And number 1 would have to be 9/11. Nothing will be ever as remembered as 9/11 because it affected so many people's lives. It was all over national television. Everybody knew about it, and it really brought America together because of the tragedy that happened, and it made us fight back onto all the terrorists. And it'll always go down it'll always be remembered for every year, no matter what. Thank you.